Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today I'm going to show you how to change the batteries in your smoke alarm. I'm going to be going through a variety of smoke alarms, so hopefully one of them will be similar to yours, if not the same one, and it will show you how to undo it, how to change the battery and what batteries they take. A lot of people just change their batteries when the alarm starts chirping at them, but it's good practice to change them at least once a year. Some people recommend twice a year. Also, when you change them, it's a good idea just to get a Hoover vacuum cleaner and just gently hoover out the dust from them, just in case there is a build-up of dust. And also check the manufacture date or the replacement date. So some just have a manufacture date, and once they get to 10 years old, again, it's recommended that they're changed, or have a look on them. Often it will say the replacement date on there. So when you change the battery, just check these things, give it a quick hoover out, and check the replacement date. And remember to never leave these things without batteries, because what often happens is some people take the batteries out because their kid's toy or something has run out of batteries, and they take it from the smoke alarm, and then they intend to get batteries to put back in it, but often it's forgotten. And that might be the very night you're asleep in your bed when you actually need it to work. So never take the batteries out to use for something else, because that's just a very bad habit to get into. So on this smoke alarm here, this is one that we twist to remove, but first of all we do have to remove two little tabs that stop it from twisting. So there's one little one here, and there's another little one here, and they're nice and easy to remove. You can either do it with your finger, your nail, or you can get a little screwdriver just to poke them out. The problem is they do tend to fall straight on the floor, and then you end up losing them. There we go, there's one of them, just there like that. And another one here, just lever them out, and then that allows you to twist it, because when they're in there you can't actually twist the smoke alarm off. So now if we have a look here, you can see that we're going to have to twist it until the tab of the smoke alarm comes to here, and then it will drop out. So we give it a nice good twist like that, and you can see the tab there pulling out, and then they just drop down. Just purely a battery operated one. And it says date of replacement December the 3rd 2022. So I've brought it down on the table to make it easier to change the batteries. So what we have to do is you have to look around the place, and on this one it becomes obvious that there's a compartment here that you can undo with this little screw. So let's undo the screw. Put that to one side, lift that little tab up, and they come out. And then if you have a look here, you can see the batteries, and then you will find that some of them will have this handy little ribbon, and this makes it much easier to remove the batteries, because instead of having to get a screwdriver in there and lever them all out, you can just nice and gently start pulling up on the ribbon, and you can see that both batteries have come out with the ribbon. Now we need to remember that, because when we put them back in, we need to make sure that we put the batteries on top of the ribbon. And it also tells you up here what batteries you need for this particular model, and it also has the diagram showing you which way you need to put them in. So if you have a look at this bit here, you can see that it goes down into it. So if you have a look here on the bottom one, because you can see that the batteries sit into it, the bottom one, the positive has to be this side and the negative this side, and then on the top it's the reverse. So it's negative up here and positive here. So let's get the new batteries and we'll pop them in. So what we need to do is when we put them in, don't put the ribbon like that, because if we drop them in there, they're going to be really hard to get out in the future. So put the ribbon this way so the batteries go on top of the ribbon. Now if we have a look here, it says negative down this side and positive. So if you have a look, this side's the positive on these batteries, and this side is the negative. So we're going to put it in that way and push it right down to the very bottom, and then it's the opposite way on the top one. Again, put the ribbon up there out of the way, so it's going to be negative this side and positive this side, and you push that into place. And then you see next time we come to change them, we can just get that ribbon and just pull it up, and those batteries will pop out as easy as they did before. So just before we put that screw back in, I'm just going to see if it's working. let's put the screw back in, and then we need to fix it back to the sealing plate and put those two little tabs in. So now to put it back on, it's the reverse of what we did to take it off. So you can see that there's two tabs here. These two tabs need to line up with these two bits here, so you can't actually put it on any other way. They have to go in these two bits, and then we're going to have to twist it just a tiny bit anti-clockwise until it lines up, so you can put those little security little bolts through there. So line it up there and then give it a nice twist anti-clockwise, and that's clicked into place. And then we'll get one of the little security plastic bolts and just push it in there. And what that does is it stops anybody from just twisting it off. They have to be prized out like you've seen earlier in the video. And we'll do the same on the other side. And that's that one done. Okay, so this one here is quite an old-fashioned smoke alarm. There's no obvious signs apart from this arrow for how to take it down. Basically what this arrow means is this is where it's going to be, this is where it's going to come down, so it's hinged on the opposite side to this. So all you have to do is squeeze both ends here. So you don't squeeze on the arrow, you squeeze here and you pull down like so, like that, nice and easy. And then you just get your battery. This one is a 9-volt battery, and you just unplug it like that. And then nice and easy, you get your new battery, you plug it in, you slot it back into place. Two little clips here just stop the battery from falling down, and then you just get the lid and it just clips back into place. And then like all the other smoke alarms, you just test it to make sure it works afterwards. This one, there's no evidence of a replace by date, but looking at the discoloration on it, this would probably be a good one to change out, because chances are it's been up here for more than 10 years. Right, on this smoke alarm, it's another one that you twist off, but on this one, you have to twist it anti-clockwise for about 1/3 of the way round before it comes off. So there we go. So that twists around about 1/3 of the way round before it comes off. And then, if you can have a look, I'll bring it over to the table, but there's a little compartment here that you can pull the battery out of, but this one has a little security peg. Just to stop you from just yanking the battery out, you have to pull out this peg first. If you were ever to lose that peg, which could quite easily happen, then sometimes you might find that there's spare ones. So this is where one of the pegs was, and there's another spare peg here if you wanted to prise that one out with the screwdriver, and then you've got a spare peg located there. So let's bring it over to the table and take the battery out. Okay, so if we have a look here, you can see that this is the battery compartment that you need to pull out, but this little peg here is stopping us from doing it. So nice and simple, just pull that down there like so, and then that will allow us to then get the battery out like that. Now with this one it can be a little bit fiddly, but what you have to do is you have to just get your finger in there and release the battery like so. And when it comes to putting it back in the right place, you can see on the cover here that there's a plus and a minus, and also there's the shape of the 9-volt battery. So if you have a look at the shape of that 9-volt battery, you can see that the negative is the big one and the positive is the small one. So this one here is the negative and this little one here is the positive. And if you have a look, you've got a little display there that shows you which way to put it back in. So what we need to do is we need to put it back in with the positive on the left hand side and the negative on the right hand side. So you push it back in there like so, and then push it back in, and then you get your little security tab and just push that in there. And then you can see with the tab in place it's harder to remove the battery. Right, and it says date of manufacture. There's nothing there, but there is a sticker here that says October the 6th 2011, so that must be the date of manufacture. And then if you look closely here, it says Manufacturer recommends replacement of the unit 10 years after date of purchase, subject to regular and normal service. So I don't know when it was purchased, but it was manufactured in 2011, so you'd be looking to replace this one in 2021. That's how you change the battery on that one. Now let's plug it back, let's twist it back onto the ceiling. Now you might be wondering what these bits are here. These would be for a mains smoke alarm. So at the moment, the ones that you've seen in this video have been battery operated smoke alarms, but a lot of them are mains operated, and then they have the battery as a backup. So if it's mains operated, it will get its voltage from the electricity, but then if there was ever a power cut, it will go over then to the battery. So it's still important to renew the battery even if your smoke alarms are mains powered, so powered off the electricity. Right, so we just need to locate it up and then nice and gently start twisting it, and as you twist it you see it will fall into place where it needs to go. So right now I'm twisting, now it's gone into the correct place, and now I need to twist it clockwise for about a third of a turn round until it won't go any further. And there we go, that's into place now. Right, and on this one here there's no obvious signs how to undo it, so I think this is going to be one where you squeeze and hinge down like you've seen on the very old-fashioned one earlier on in the video. So just gently start squeezing around it until you feel the lid deform, and there you go, you can see it's already come down. So let's push that back up. If you try squeezing it in the wrong place, it doesn't allow you to do it, but just go all the way around it, and then when you squeeze it on the sides, it will hinge from this side and it will open up nicely. And then this one here is powered by a 9-volt battery, very similar to the one earlier. It just pushes into place. So you just pull it out and you can see that these little tabs here just open up ever so slightly as you're pulling it out, and then you undo this little battery connector here like that, and then when you get your new battery, your new 9-volt battery, you can only put it in one way because these little connectors don't allow you to put it in the wrong way. So you clip it back in like so, and then with these you just use a bit of force just to push it back into place. Now when you're pushing it back in, the only thing you have to watch out for is you need to make sure the battery's fully seated in. So if I move it along and then go down, you can see that the battery's fully in, because if it's sticking out ever so slightly like that, when you go to close the lid's not going to push properly, because you can see that the battery is fouling against here, so there's not going to be enough room for the lid to close. So just move it along and push it in, and then that's fully into place. Have a good look around for the replacement date, and if you have a look there in the lid, you can see it says there that it needs to be, it was manufactured in 2012, and its date of replacement is November the 12th, 2022. And then all you need to do is make sure the wires don't get trapped by anything, and then just clip the lid shut like that, and then to test it, just hold down the middle. Now you can't change the battery in all smoke alarms. If you have a look at this one here, where it says here, it says battery not replaceable, 10-year rechargeable. See, the idea with these ones is that you would just replace them after 10 years, and it even has a little date here that says replaced by December 2022. So you might find that some of your smoke alarms do not need a battery because it's already built in. Right, now this one isn't a smoke alarm, this one is a carbon monoxide alarm. But again, these things need their batteries replacing. So on this particular one, there is a little thing down the bottom that says slide up for instructions. Underneath it says slide for alarm information. So what you have to do on this one is you have to slide the whole unit up. So do you see there? it starts to slide upwards like that. And then if you have a look at the back of it, you can see that the battery is located just here, and to remove it you just slide it along like so, and again you've got one of these little connectors like that. So then you get your new 9-volt battery, and then these connectors again only allow you to connect it correctly, you can't connect it incorrectly, like that, and then you just slide it back into place. So put it this way round, and that tucks it out the way. And then to put it back on, you just locate it above and you slide it down into place like that. There we go, and that's it. And to test it, just hold the button. There we go. So that's it. That's a few different smoke alarms to look at, and also one carbon monoxide alarm. Hopefully one of these will be similar to what you have in your property, so hopefully it will help you out. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe for more how-to videos. Take care now. Bye.